Well, hi everybody, this is DearMamaSal, and I promised at least one viewer that the next time I made bread my way, that I would record it for you. So in here I've got 4 cups of flour, and before I do anything else, I'm going to take out some of that flour. I'm just going to literally take that much and put some water in it, like so, and I'm going to mix it up. Putting a bit more water in, because I know it's going to really thicken up, so okay, and now, because I know how much it's going to thicken, I'm going to put it into a bigger container. So there I've got it, and now I'm going to put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to stir it, and then another 30 seconds and stir it until it's cooked. And whilst that is working, I'm going to get some yeast. This is the first time we're mixing up that flour mixture. Another 30 seconds. And I'm just going to take a teaspoon of yeast. I'm also going to put in some sugar. Now I actually have a mixture of brown sugar and Truvia, a sweetener. So I'm just going to put that in. Put some warm water in it. Just filled it up with warm water and just stir it up and leave that while I continue doing the other bits. Now, just so that you know, I can feel that this is beginning to thicken. So remember, just 30 seconds, stir it well. So this is the second 30 seconds. I'm going to put it in for another 30. Now, I'm not quite sure why this works as well as it does, but I don't care. All right, let me get an egg. All right, and this is what you're looking for. You're looking for it being absolutely cooked. See this? Doesn't it look disgusting? But for some reason, it makes a huge difference. As I said, I have no idea why, and if anybody knows, let me know, but boy, does it make a difference. Now what I do, and it's not necessarily the right way, but what I do is I just now put some cold water in it, because I know it's cooked now, because it's solid, and just turn this back into a liquid. So for any of you who are sauce makers, you will know exactly what this is all about. I'm going to use a fork with a slightly bigger. I just like doing it with a fork because I think it helps break up the lumps that might be in it. That's looking not too bad. So now I'm going to pour in the egg. Whoops. Sorry for hitting the camera. I'm going to stir that in. And last but not least, I'm going to actually stir in the, whoops, the yeast. And so I've got this incredible liquid that I'm just going to add to the flour. Now I've probably got way too much liquid for the amount of flour, but it doesn't matter because any extra dough I'm just going to freeze until I need it. Or you can even just keep it in your fridge and pull it out as you need it. Now for those of you who don't like getting your hands dirty, and that's why you don't make bread, I found that using the back of a wooden spoon works quite well for the first part. And I'm going to do this for people who don't like getting their hands dirty. Okay, so you can see that I've got quite a it's beginning to clump up, which is what we want. By the way, if you don't like getting your hands dirty, you can always wear gloves. I'll go and get some plastic gloves just so I can show you. No, I'm not. Part of what I like about baking bread is just the incredible feeling of it along the way. So as you can see, I'm busy moving the mixture around so that it absorbs that flour that you can see on the sides. So for those of you who don't like getting dirty, just scrape it off. And the reason I'm changing instruments here is because I need to start doing something different with it. And what I'm going to do for those of you who don't like getting your hands all yucky, try a masher. I tried this once when I was trying to help somebody who didn't, who had a thing about getting her hands all sticky. Oop. So what you're really trying to do is to get the right amount of flour in there. Now you probably think it's looking a bit too dry, but it's not actually true. And it's so easy to add more liquid when actually you don't need it yet. And we'll find out in a minute. So can you see how just by gently doing this, it's absorbing the flour? There's still some at the bottom, and that's fine. We're going to get hold of that. And now, just so that you know, I'm going to start pushing it with my masher. And it's actually good enough now that it's not going to be too sticky. So for those of you who want to put gloves on at this stage, get some plastic gloves and put them on. I actually am not going to. But that's the worst of the sticky time done. Can you see that? It's not sticking to my hands. So now we're going to knead. And to knead, you just take it, roll it, and push it. So take it, roll it, push it. Makes sense? Now, I can feel that this actually just is a little drier than I would like. Can you see this? It's still very lumpy and it's not picking up the flour at the bottom. So You don't need very much water at all, and I normally just like to put it around the edge so it picks up that extra flour, and then just keep doing what we've been doing. So pick it up, roll it, push it, pick it up, roll it, push it. Now it's getting a little sticky, and that's fine. So what you're looking for here is not too dry, but also not too wet. And from my experience, it's not about measuring, it's about feeling the right consistency. So to me, this is just about right. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the next part that I find works really well, which is I'm going to take a little bit of oil and I'm just going to squidge it over the top, squidge being that well-known culinary word, and then knead that in. Now, again, it sort of defies all logic, but I found this really makes for awesome bread. And obviously, because there's oil in it now, that's loosened it up a little bit, which is exactly what I want. So let me try and show you. Right, it's not sticking to my hands. It's pretty oily. There's not too much left in the bottom. So I'm just forming it into a ball like that. And I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to wipe my hands. And the next bit's really easy. I'm just going to take some cling wrap and put it over the top. It doesn't have to be too well sealed. And then, all right, so what I do at this point is I just put a plate over it. So what the plate does is it just gives it a fairly decent seal. But as the dough rises, let me show you the side here, in the bowl, it will start lifting the plate up. So what I can do is I can tell it's risen enough that it's started to move the plate up, so it's ready. Okay, so we'll come back to that in probably an hour or so.